Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Oh, goodness. And the light is bad. It's so much sunshine here, you guys. Hold on. Hey. Hey. Hey, everybody. Hey. How are you? I know it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on. I have been gone. I have been traveling. So I apologize. And I'm trying to mount my phone, but it's so much sunlight that if I do that, you won't be able to see me. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Okay. So anyway, all right. So just wanted to give me some hearts, give me some love, share with your followers. Give me some hearts, give me some love. Thank you so much. Share with your followers. Share with your if you're Android, I can never remember this stuff. I think if you're Android, you swipe, I think, to the left. And if you have an iPhone, I think you go to the right or something, or up or something like that. You guys, I don't know, I can't remember. But anyway, just wanted to come on today really quickly, and just I had this really thank you for inviting your followers. I just wanted to come on really quick today because, like I said, I have not been on in a while, and I'm still out of town. But anyway, wanted to come on really quickly because I had an interesting, I get all kinds of phone calls and all kind of stuff. Hey, White Owl 64, thank you for joining. I get all kinds of interesting phone calls from investors, from agents, from a variety of people. And so it's always very interesting to me when I get a phone call and the agent is trying to protect the seller, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness, if you just would maybe just sit down and be quiet, you would get paid, because you really don't know what you're talking about. And I understand you're trying to protect your seller, but a lot of times silence is golden. And that's what we're taught, y'all, in real estate school. Really, that's what we're taught, and it's really not our fault, or it's not the agent's fault. They just that's what they're taught. They don't know any better. But anyway, interesting conversation that I had yesterday. And it was this agent, and she was like, I have a seller, and I remember meeting you at an event. I think I was speaking at an event somewhere, I don't even remember. And so she was like, I thought about you, and I've been trying to find your number, and I finally found your card. And she was like, I have this seller, and he really wants to sell the house, and all this stuff, right? And so this scope today, you guys, is about your seller really does not want cash. They really don't. And if you would take the time to educate them, because they're really coming to you for guidance. They're coming to you for guidance. They're coming to you for direction. And a lot of times, as an agent, a lot of agents don't know the investing side. They don't know both worlds. Because I'm in both worlds, I understand the agent speak and the agent talk and how they think, which is crazy sometimes. But it's not their fault, because that's what they were taught in real estate school. And then I understand the investing world, because I'm an investor and I'm in that world. And I'm not just an investor that is talking and wishing and hoping, but I'm an investor that's actually doing deals and have done deals, right? So it's just always very interesting to me when an agent calls and they say, my seller wants cash. That's what they want. They don't want all this creative finance, wheeling and dealing, and all this fizz and whatever. And I'm just like, what? And you can't, in your mind, you're saying to yourself, you're a dingbat. I know, y'all. I didn't say it out. I don't say it out loud to them, but that's what I say in my mind. In my mind, I'm saying, you're a dingbat. You're crazy. right? But because you want to maintain the relationship, and you really honestly, you want to get to that seller, you want to be able to talk to that seller, because a lot of times the agents aren't able to really speak the language and explain things. A lot of times if they're trying to go back and talk to their sellers, they just screw everything up anyway, right? So your main things that you want to be able to communicate directly with that seller. And I'll tell you the reason why the seller does not want cash. They don't want all cash, right? They don't want all 30,000 or 40,000 or 50,000 or whatever. They don't. Because you cannot tell me that any logical seller, right, depending on the situation, would take, because really the cash is a conduit. Let me just back up. The cash is a conduit to get to whatever else they're trying to get to. So maybe the cash is for them to be able to buy another house, right? Or maybe the cash is for them to be able to, I don't know, buy a car. Or maybe the cash is for them to be able to take a dream vacation. I don't know, right? But depending on what their motivation is, if you know their motivation, then you can come to them and say, from an intellectual standpoint, speaking intelligently about where they are and what they're trying to do, the best route for them. And a lot of times it's not cash, right? For example, you may have a seller that honestly wants to get rid of her house in the city so that she can buy a house in the country, right? So really, and she can't buy a house in the country unless she needs the money from the house in the city to buy the house in the country. Does that make sense? Right? So she doesn't really need cash. She needs a way to buy the new house, right? So if you know how to facilitate and find a house in the country that you can do creative financing on, as well as deal with the house in the city that you could do creative financing on, you've solved her problem. Does that make sense? So she really doesn't need cash. She needs a way to get from point A to point B. Bottom line. Okay? If that makes sense to you guys, like say yes or say something, right? They don't need cash, but then that's your job as an educated investor, someone who knows what they're doing, to get to that seller, move the agent out the way, whatever. Because a lot of times the agents they'll mess it all up. Tell them to sit down, be quiet, and let me pay you. But don't try to facilitate this deal, and don't try to come in a sense of protecting my seller. I don't want your seller. You know what I mean? Like, it's too many deals out here for me to try to come after your seller. Like, sit down. You know what I mean? But if you're able, that's why it's so important for you to be able to get to the seller so that you can ask the correct questions to get to the underlying issues, the underlying problems, the underlying factors, right? In reference to what are they trying to do? What are their goals? Where are they going? So that you can now say, oh, okay, well, we can still get you down that road, but this is how we can do it. And it may not be, I'm sorry, my earpiece is coming out. And it may not be all cash, right? If I can still get you down the same road and get the same results that you need, and not pay you all the cash up front, 99.9% of investor or sellers will take that deal, you guys. They'll take that deal all day long, okay? And 3 times on Sunday, all right? So basically, that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about facilitating deals, but you have to know how to take control. Okay. And the way that you take control is that you've got to be educated on really problem solving and knowing how to create deals. And how to do creative deal structuring so that you can facilitate and assist these sellers and everybody gets paid. And you know what? I didn't do my introduction. I'm so sorry. This is Marcia Wright, broker owner of Azure Realty and Property Management Group. Also CEO of Marcia Buys Houses, LLC.com. I'm sorry, LLC, I always say .com. Located in Savannah and Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. So for all my replay viewers, that's for you. But anyway, very, very, very interesting conversations that I have almost on a daily basis, you guys. And it just amazes me sometimes that, like I said, people, they just don't know. And so if you're in this arena or you're trying to jump into this arena, I cannot stress again how important it is for you to get educated, how important it is for you to find a mentor, find someone that can help you, because it will cut years off your learning curve, and so that you can start making money immediately, right? I think I'm going to scope. I'm going to be in Savannah until Tuesday, because I'm one of the facilitators, or I co-manage, co-run the RIA down here in Savannah. And so I think I'm going to scope our meeting, some of our meeting on Monday. If you happen to be in the Savannah area, our meeting is at the Hilton Garden Inn on Monday at 6:30, and we have an awesome speaker coming in, and he's going to be talking to our investors about options. And I know sometimes when people think about options, they think about lease options, but not necessarily lease options. There's so many other options, right, that you can utilize to control property with no cash and no credit. And so he'll be talking about that. His name is Bill Cook, and he'll be talking about options on Monday at our RIA meeting. So I think I'm going to scope just a little bit of that, not all of it, because I just don't have time to sit there and I may get somebody to scope it, but I don't have time. No one's going to sit there the whole time though and scope him. But anyway, I may bring you like little tidbits of it on Monday. But anyway, that's just what I wanted to come and talk about really quickly today, because I know I haven't been on in a while, and I apologize. But anyway, thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining the scope. And remember, you can give me hearts. My replay viewers can give me hearts as well. All right. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you later. Bye.